Hi everyone, Rick's here. I thought I'd make this video because on this project that I'm currently drawing right here, I was at the stage where it was time to draw the white whiskers and the dark whiskers and everything. And I had created a video on YouTube many months ago about the Desert Man. You can take a look at that right there. And I shared the technique that I used to draw that white beard. And what was unique about that video at the time I posted it was that there were no other videos showing this particular method or technique. At least I could not find one, and I still haven't seen it even since I put that method up there. So now I'm going to put what may be the second only video on this particular method, which I'm not saying I'm the only one that uses this method, only that on YouTube it just seems to be the only ones easily to find that has been shared. And that's what I like to do, is share. So I'm going to go and share with you my drawing of this unnamed person's beard. So let's get right into it. Okay, now I'm going to start pulling out whiskers here with this low-tack frisket and a toothpick. But notice the area there that I'm about to work on is got some soft charcoal as the base layer. If you look really closely, now I'm kind of covering it up right now with this frisket, but when I pull it off, see if you can notice some white hairs that were there and now it's underneath. You can just barely make them out. This is because this is the third time that I am going over with whiskers. The other couple of times I blended it out with some soft graphite or charcoal so that I have layers and layers. And this gives the illusion that there is thickness and depth to this man's beard, you might say, or his unshaven face. So the direction of every single hair does not have to match what you're looking at on the reference photo. However, the overall direction you certainly want to try to emulate. And also, what I'm going to do, and you're going to see me do this shortly here, is I will notice that there are some certain wild hairs on this man's face that is easy to discern on the reference photo, and so I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Now, like right here, I think I'm getting close to the point where I'm going to do that. Yeah, there we go. I see a wild hair there. Now, I kind of messed this one up, so I'm going to fix that later. But then there's another wild hair that I'm going to put over here. You can see me draw that in. There's one. There was another one. There he goes. Okay, and the reason I do that is because it's so easy to see that in the reference photo that a person's eyes will be drawn to it, that I want to make sure that when they look at my drawing that they can pick that up and say, you know, hey, this is definitely a drawing of that reference. So, you know, you definitely want to bring out those kind of details. But as far as every single hair having to match
the the same exact hair on the reference. That just isn't practical. So hair is a wild thing. Just go wild with it and get those, but try to find the overall flow or direction. And you also want to take note of the different tones. Some area of this man's beard will be darker than other areas, and you're going to see me later on as I will darken certain areas and then put another layer of whiskers. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep going with this. Now another thing I want to bring out is you can notice on my frisket there that there's an area of that frisket that's already been used, and it's got all the charcoal and graphite on it there on the end. When I want a really bright whisker, I'm going to use a clean area like I just did now. I exposed some more of the clean frisket. But if I want to draw some light hairs that are kind of faded in the background, I will then go and use the part that's already used of the frisket, and that kind of gives me fragmented or faded hairs. And so you'll see me do that from time to time as well. Now I'm going to be darkening areas with some charcoal powder again. Here I'm going to go ahead and just use a charcoal pencil and lay down some soft charcoal in the areas that I want it to be darker underneath the hairs to give it a little more darkness, because this beard does have a lot of different tones and shades. And so I'll go in there with this pencil because I'm actually able to get a much deeper dark than I was able to with the charcoal powder. But I use the powder first to give me the base. And so I'm looking at the reference and noting exactly where the darkest areas of the beard happen to be. I'll put this down and then I'll blend it in a moment here, and then I'll start layering down another layer of the whiskers.